Hey guys, it's Melanie from Parenting High Schoolers, and I'm here today to talk about middle school again. Middle school is such an important developmental time in your teen's life. Hi, I'm a mom of three older boys, one still a teenager, and the other two are in their early 20s. I have taught preschool and elementary and middle school. And I have successfully at least gotten my kids out of middle school. Now, jury's out, but they all seem to be doing fine right now. So I get on YouTube to talk about parenting teens. I'm not an expert, but I have lived through these years. I blog at Parenting High Schoolers for parents of teens that just have questions. And again, I don't know all the answers, and my kids aren't perfect, and neither are my husband and I, but I hope to help as many people as possible if you do have any questions with your teens. Today we're going to talk about how can you use middle school for college prep. And honestly, you can. There's so many ways, and none of them are really difficult. Here you go. Number one, you can start looking for scholarships when they really start opening up when your teen turns 13. Now, there are some for younger kids, and they are still difficult to find at 13. But if you just start looking, Google or Pinterest, scholarships for middle schoolers or scholarships for 13-year-olds or however old your child is, possibly the category that the interests of your child, like scholarships for middle school tuba player or, whatever the case may be. That's the first thing I would recommend, is start looking for scholarships now, because they add up so quickly. Even if it's just a $500 one, that's books for 2 or 3 semesters, honestly, as cheap as books have gotten. It all adds up. So start now. This is a great time to establish good study habits in middle school. So if your child does not know what a good study habit is, or you're not sure how to help them, I've got a blog post about this. I've got a couple of YouTube videos about just ways to make studying and school success easier, because school is not, I think school gets a bad rap. And just because I'm a teacher, I know that sounds like, oh yeah, whatever, she's just saying that. But honestly, every time I have taught in the past and given my kids some of these skill sets and talked about ways to break down assignments, they're like, oh, I didn't know it could be this easy. School really isn't that hard if you break it down into manageable steps. Definitely check out my blog, and I will link a couple videos below where I've talked about this stuff. Stay in communication with your middle schooler. Don't let them shut you out. Limit the time that they're alone. Limit the time that they're on their devices, and don't let them push you away. They're going to try, but you know what? They need you so much. And I now, having older teens, know that some of the times that my teens needed me the most were the times that they were being the worst. And they have told me, thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for making me talk to you, or at least just sitting with me and just being with me. So your teens want your time and your presence, so give it to them. Please. This is so, so, so important. They need to see that you care. All right, visit colleges. Okay, I know you think, okay, junior year, that's when we'll do that. Well, here's some advice from a mom that's been there. Junior and senior year are crazy busy, and they're already involved in so many things. And that's still a good time to go visit colleges. But you know what? It's super motivating to take a middle schooler. Like if you're taking a trip, just see, are there any colleges on the way, even if they're not even on your kid's radar, because they're probably not. But have them start to get an idea of like, oh, I don't think I would like this big of a college or a big of a university. Or, oh, that's too tiny. There's no way I could ever go there. But it starts to put ideas in their head, A, that college is a possibility, and B, what kinds of things do they like? Oh, I really like the way this student union building is laid out. There's so much to do there. That is so cool. And just start those conversations. You also might visit, military museums, and some kids are interested in that. There are all kinds of ways that you can get your kid talking about the future. Ask them questions. What are they thinking? If there's a show on TV and there's some interesting or unique type of work on there, like Dirty Jobs is one that comes to mind. Talk about like, what about that job would be interesting? Even if it seems like it would be disgusting, because Micro, he loves to get dirty. But what it does is it gets your kids thinking outside of the box. Don't make them think they have to do one thing or another. The worst thing we can do is tell our kids what they need to be or what they should be, because that's not maybe what they want to do. But do start those conversations, because you would be surprised at how many ideas they have, even at the age of 11 or 12 in 6th or 7th grade. Okay. Start discussions about their plans. I think that kind of goes hand in hand. Just get them talking. Ask open-ended questions. What are they thinking? You know, where do they see themselves when they graduate from high school? Which for them seems like a long time away, but you know, I know, that's really not that far. It's going to fly. It's so going to fly by. So start some of these things now. Talk through class choices. This is really important. You don't want to overload your kids and make them hate school. Pick one or two really, maybe more challenging classes, and let them enjoy middle school. Let them try new things. Try an instrument, try a language, try a sport. You know, none of this counts towards the final. You know, like if they maybe never played basketball, why not? Try it. If they don't like it, they'll know that they don't want to waste their time on it in high school. Or maybe they find out they are like the best three-point shooter ever and they should play in high school. So middle school is a great time to find out this kind of stuff. Encourage them to try new things, which I think I just said. Read. Your kids need to read. Read, read, read. That's the best college prep advice I can give you, just off the top of my head. Both of my boys, when they went through college interviews, were asked one boy was asked by the admissions counselor and a coach, what are you reading right now? And he had no answer. But my oldest son always was reading, and he was able to discuss books. So that is something that your child may be asked. Find books they're interested in. Find books that you could read together. Read to your kid. Do audiobooks. There's so many options for getting inside of a book. And that will, just building that endurance for reading will help so much in high school and college. I know kids are like, oh, I don't want to read. I don't care if it's even a graphic novel or a comic book. They need to be in literature, in words, in a book of some sort. If your child has not got study skills or just really is unorganized or doesn't know what to do, I'll put some links below for some things that might help. But get them in a class. A lot of schools offer study skills classes. And here's the thing. They'll go, oh, that's the dumb class. Well, that is the appearance that it has. But here's the thing. Kids that take that study skills class are the smartest because they figure out how to break down assignments, how to handle homework, how to study for tests, and then who comes out being smarter. So it is not a class for dummies. It's a class for kids that want strategies to succeed. Just rework the description of that class. And you know what? If people give them crap about being in that class, have them explain, well, you know what? I'm going to do better in high school, and this is going to give me a step ahead. There are ways that they can succeed, and there are ways that we can help them. Good luck with your middle schooler. They are so much fun. They are a big pain. They're going to give you a run for your money. I have other videos about middle school kids. Please watch and listen, because this is such a critical age and they can learn so much and they need you even more than you think. Hang in there and have a good day. Thumbs up and whoops, not thumbs down. Follow my channel. Thanks.